Many chickens have died, and they're blaming Indian wedding music. A robot company is offering $200,000 for your face. And unsuspecting drivers in Texas received free turkeys from the police after being pulled over. These are the weird stories for Wednesday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a human, I think. Not a robot! Many chickens have died, and they're blaming it on Indian wedding music. A traditional Indian wedding procession with pumping music, fireworks, dancing, and a marching brass band in shiny jackets has been blamed for the unfortunate death of about 63 chickens. Mr. Parida said the wedding party was blasting ear-splitting noises as it passed by his poultry farm in the eastern state of Odisha shortly before midnight over the weekend. Here's a quote from Mr. Parida. I asked the band operators to please lower the volume on the music. It was too noisy. It was terrifying the chickens. But they did not listen, and they did not turn down their music that was terrifying my chickens. In fact, the groom's friends shouted at me. They never turned down the music. It terrified my chickens to death. Mr. Parida consulted a veterinarian who told him that his chickens had died of a heart attack. He filed he filed a police complaint. Yeah, chickens. Okay. He filed a police complaint after the wedding organizers refused to pay for the chickens that he claimed that they had killed. I want to know how loud and crazy is this Indian wedding music. The fireworks are concerning. I didn't know you light off fireworks at a traditional Indian wedding procession. And you pass by, you have a whole brass band as well? This sounds like a very big to-do during a wedding. Just marching down the street, shooting fireworks with a brass band and shiny jackets, pumping music and dancing. Like a parade? Like a wedding parade? Wow, man. Well, we really need to up our wedding game here in the States, man. I mean, we play loud music, but we just keep it confined to a little area. We don't go out on the town with our parade. Jake is getting married to Susie. All right, I had to look up traditional wedding music in India just to see what we're dealing with here. I got to say, this stuff's pretty lit. It kind of sounds like Eddie Money. Oh, that track's over. What's the next one? This one, this is the greatest hits of traditional... Ooh! Oh, I love it. Oh, I got to get myself to an Indian wedding at some point. Drop the beat, ladies. Drop the beat. I'm just waiting for this beat to drop, guys, and then I'll cut away. Drop the beat. Oh, they're never going to drop the beat on that. That's some wild music, man. Okay, back to the story. They consulted a zoology professor named Suryakanta Mishra, who has authored a book on animal behavior, and told the media that actually loud noises increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases in birds. Okay. And here's a quote. Chickens are governed by a circadian rhythm that is controlled by the natural light/dark cycle of day and night. Sudden excitement or stress due to loud music could disrupt the chicken's biological clock. All right. Well, I mean, I didn't know that you could give a chicken a heart attack with a tuba, but apparently this is possible. Or, what do they call those? Sitars. Yes. Wow, Jonesy, you're nailing it. You actually know the name of an Indian instrument? Yes, I do. Just one, but doing the best I can to provide you guys with thorough coverage of stories that happen very remotely from where I'm at. Okay. Would you like your face on a robot? Well, you could get paid $200,000 to have your face on a robot. A robot manufacturing company called Promobot is looking for a human face to put on its newest product, which is a robot. They said in their press release that they're willing to pay somebody $200,000 for the rights to use their face forever. That's forever. The company said their plan is to use the new robot with its human face as an assistant in busy places like hotels, shopping malls, boba shops. According to the press release, Promobot has a customer that is looking to put the robot assistant inside airports and retail stores in the year 2023. Well, they need a face for the robot. Can't just have a creepy-ass robot that looks like the Terminator. Speaking of Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger sued Promobot in March of this year, or last year rather, for using his likeness on their products. Oh, they put his face on a robot. He was like, "No, you don't. Not without my permission." Promobot previously released a robot in Times Square, February of last year, that asked people whether they had COVID symptoms. Promobot said that they want a very kind and friendly face, but they did not specify any age or gender for their face. They just want a nice, lovely-looking face for the robots. Kind. All these robots are going to have kind, friendly faces. And that's how they're going to trick us into handing them over the keys to civilization. And then they're going to take over. And then we're going to be slaves to the robots with that have faces that look like us. Imagine being a slave to a robot that looks exactly like you. Now look, the only robot that needs a beautiful face is a sex robot, all right? The rest of the robots can have stupid faces. I'm okay with that. Just give me my sex robots with very attractive faces. Basically, I want Salma Hayek's face on every sex robot. That's what I'm going to say. You can follow Promobot and, I guess, submit your face. If you think you have a good face, you could submit your face. $200,000, I'd submit my face. Why the hell? Come on, man. That's worth it. At Promobot on Twitter, they shot out a tweet with the photo of this robot, and they wrote, "Robots play an attraction role, in shopping malls and other crowded places. Robots fun and wow people." Robots fun and wow people. That's the sentence? Who wrote this? This person doesn't even have a grip on the English language. You're building robots, but you can't even spell. Okay. They say, in this case, the most valuable feature is face recognition of different nationalities. Okay, and then they show a picture of the robot greeting a sheik. Yes, some guy who no doubt has a lot of oil or something. He visited someplace, and the robot greeted him, and the robot was able to recognize his face. And this is just, is this all necessary? That's what I want to ask. I mean, can we just, all right, sure, you got robots that can recognize nationalities, but what about my nut allergy, man? I mean, can we just cure this damn thing? I've been asking forever just to pour some money into curing the nut allergy. I mean, really? I posted a video in the Patreon of robots that were dancing. Like, they're amazing at dancing. They're pouring all this money and research into making robots dance like it's a new edition. They're all choreographed, dancing together. What about the nut allergy, man? Seriously, this is ridiculous. Do you realize, companies like Nutella will only benefit if you cure the nut allergy? Snickers? What is that, the Mars company? Get on it. You should be hiring scientists, Snickers company, to cure the nut allergy. I don't know what you're doing, sitting on your thumbs, just making more nut products. You could be selling more nut products if people didn't die by eating your products. All right, guys. I've definitely personalized this a little bit too much, this story. I apologize. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast.
Too difficult? No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man.
Unsuspecting drivers received some free turkeys from the police. McAllen, Texas. The McAllen police officers made several stops last week in traffic. Instead of handing out traffic violations, though, they gave away some Thanksgiving turkeys. I should have covered this story last week. I apologize. I'm late to the game. The McAllen Police Department held their ticket or turkey event as a goodwill gesture during the special holiday, they stated in a press release. Here's a quote from McAllen Police Chief Victor Rodriguez. "None of us like to be pulled over. The moment those lights come on behind you, that's a ticket coming your way, buddy." And it's going to cost you money, right? Well, we've been through some difficult times as a community, as a country, as a world as well. This gave us all an opportunity to quickly turn that around. So we decided, let's give out some turkeys. Let's do something good to the community. Perla Romero was one of those individuals that lives in this town. She was pulled over. This was last Wednesday. She said she was initially worried when she saw the police lights behind her. Yes, we all worry, Perla, when we see those police lights, because we think to ourselves, we're going to get a bill. It's always a bill. I mean, unless you're of a certain... All right, let's not go there. Is it too political to say? Unless you're a certain color, then you have to worry about other things. But, as a white guy my whole life, I've never been frightened that the police would give me a beat down or shoot me, which is a luxury. I have to say, it's actually a luxury to not have to worry about the police shooting you, apparently, in the United States. But what I was always worried about is I know I'm going to get a bill. The moment I interact with police, I'm getting a bill. Damn bills, man. It's always hundreds of dollars. It's like, all right, what are you going to do? In what way are you going to take my money today? So Perla was worried, and then she says, "Oh my God, what do I do? I was scared because what do I do? I just panicked." And then I realized I was receiving a turkey. I was pretty grateful. It feels really nice. I'm thankful for the food, of course. It means a lot. It just means people out there care. They give a damn. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Perla, you're so sweet. She was so pleased to get a turkey. I'm so pleased that the police were giving out turkeys. I think that's fabulous. Pulling you over and giving you a turkey, though, maybe that's not the best way to do it because people just get a heart attack, man. The police pull you over, you're like, it's just a mini heart attack, and then you give the turkeys. I mean, it's kind of a fun prank. I like that, but, I mean, you might pull over a person who's has had a really bad day, and they're like, "Not today," and they drive off, and now it's a fleeing the police situation that never had to happen. Or maybe they actually have a heart attack because they're driving with, I don't know, they have a bag of meth between the seats, and maybe they have like copious amounts of drugs on them. You pull them over to give them a turkey. They put the drugs right up their butt because you're walking over to the car and they got to hide it somewhere. And then the drugs burst in their butt. Next thing you know, they go on this crazy trip, maybe even overdose, all because you wanted to give them a turkey. So maybe not pulling them over and giving them turkeys is the best plan. Although I like your intent. I like the intent behind it. I like when the police are giving back to the community. I mean, especially at a time right now when, the prices of consumer goods is rising with inflation. I haven't seen the price of a turkey, but I'd imagine this year is probably a little more expensive than in previous years. So giving out free turkeys is a good thing. I hope you all had a nice turkey, or at least had turkey. Or, I don't know. One time, actually, I should say that one of my best Thanksgivings, I didn't even have turkey. I had lasagna. Wrap your head around that, weirdos. Oh, it's lit! It's lit up in the closet! Oh, man, I could really get down to this Indian wedding music. Someone invite me to an Indian wedding, please. I have several Indian friends. I'm going to have to put out the word that, hey, guys, can I be your plus one at one of these bad boys? The music is lit. That's a good time all night, man. Anyways, hi, everybody. Thanks for coming all the way to the outro. Thanks for listening all the way through, hitting the outro. I appreciate all of you. my loyal listeners. I got many emails over the past few days, so thank you for reaching out. If you'd like to call the show, call 646-450-2012. Shout out to Michael from Iowa City, who was pushing the holiday Patreon challenge. If you had joined the Patreon as a new person, he would donate. Or if you upped your current Patreon commitment money-wise, and he would also donate as well for the holiday challenge. And yeah, we got some people who stepped it up, so I appreciate all of that. And big shout out to Michael from Iowa City. And Lily as well. Okay, if you guys want to email me, it's funnyjones@gmail.com. You can also join the Patreon to support the show by going to patreon.com/weirdafnews or downloading the Patreon app on your phone and just searching for Weird AF News. Or go to weirdafnews.com and click on the Patreon banner. Those are ways to do it. Or don't do it at all. Just, listen to the show. That's enough. That's all. I mean, I'm asking a lot here. Right, guys? If you get a chance to tell a friend about the show, that's pretty helpful too. Let's say you're going through a toll booth, and then the old school toll booths where there's a person in there. That person's job. I mean, what an easy job that must have been. Huh? You just sit there all day, making like $55 an hour. I'd imagine. It's a good gig. Anyways, let's say you're going through the toll booth. You give the guy or the lady or the human being that identifies as a guy or a lady, you give him some of your cash, and then you say, "Hey, do you like podcasts? If you do, because you're sitting in a booth all day. Maybe you listen to podcasts. Try out Weird AF News. It's 5 days a week, so when you're going to work, there you go. This guy's putting out some content here. Over 1,000 episodes deep. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Tell a toll booth operator. I don't even know if this position exists anymore, does it? It's all electronics. They just zap it into your head. They just zap radiation into your face with a gun, and then it shows up as a charge on your credit card. Isn't that how it works?